I have done 2 videos so far about black hat SEO and you guys love them. I'm not sure how many of you guys are actually implementing this stuff, but regardless if you are or not, I'm going to give you 4 more black hat SEO tips you can actually go out and implement today at, of course, your own risk. Now, I don't endorse you do any of this. This is just for informational and entertainment purposes. If you do implement them and you see success, amazing, comment down below. If you implement them and you see your site coming crashing down, well, it is what it is. That's the risk of black hat SEO. But again, in this video, I want to go over 4 tangible black hat SEO tips you can implement today. So with that being said, let's just jump straight into my computer so I can show you step by step what these black hat SEO strategies are and how you can implement them today. So let's break it down. All right, we're here. Let me just take off my glasses because this is getting serious now. Let's go over the 4 tips. Very first one is a classic, I know, called PBN links, private blog network links. And what this is pretty straightforward, okay? It's, as the name suggests, a private network of blogs, private blog network. So you own a bunch of websites. Ideally, it should be the most powerful PBNs, the most powerful private blog networks are niche specific. So let's say, for example, you have a site about lawyers. So you have a lawyer business, okay? And so ideally your PBN is all around the niche law. Okay, so all these sites are law related. A blog about law, a forum about law, it doesn't matter. All things law related, right? And these PBN, this private blog network, all links to your site, right? And you own the network. This is where things are very powerful. You own the network. You own these sites. You have control over how they look like, the content you post on there, right? You could even, like a lot of people, what they do is they build these networks and then they sell links to other people, okay? So this is sort of an asset, okay? And now, if you want to learn how to build PBNs, I have a video right here on how to build one. It's, I think, let me see here. I think it's 23 minutes long, going over exactly step by step how to build a PBN network, also how to find domains, because that's one of the most important things is how to find domains. And I think right here, let me just. Right here, I give you like the requirements of finding domains. So I build these networks with expired domains. And so I'll leave a link for this down below in the description. It's like 30 minutes long going over exactly how to build them, how to find domains, what to look for in domains. But the good thing about this, and the reason why it's black hat, is because, I mean, you are basically creating a link farm, right? PBNs are against Google's terms of service. Now, there's ways, and I teach you here on this video, on how to build a network that's safe. And I have a lot of videos of mine that have and built these networks. Me, myself, I've built these networks in multiple niches, and I've never had a site penalized. So there's ways in which you can build these networks to make sure they're safe. Now, if I have to give you one tip, is don't share this with anyone else, because there's people out there that are very... I don't know how to say it, but they will flag and they will report your network onto Google. And what happens is that all the sites you had a ton of work building, right? Finding the domains, building up the sites, creating all this stuff just vanishes off the face of the earth. And also all the sites your PBN points to also vanish. So again, if you want to go with this, which is one of the most effective strategies still till this day for link building, PBN links, go watch this right here. I'll leave a link on the description, because it teaches you how to build it. Now, granted, out of all these 4 tips, I'd say this one is the least dangerous one, okay? And out of all the ones that I covered in other videos, I think this is the least dangerous one, and it has the highest ratio from like dangerous levels to reward, okay? So I still do this, still till this day, mega powerful, but of course I don't reveal ever what my network is, but I reveal, of course, how to find domains and how to build it, because I mean, it just works, honestly. And the reason why I think not a lot of people do it is because it takes a ton of work, right? Building a proper network, a powerful network, takes a ton of work. But yeah, again, you can go out and build it by watching this video right here. The second thing, which is sort of tied in with the first one with PBN links, is leveraging expired domains. Okay, what this is basically is you leverage an old age domain to your advantage. Let's say, for example, for some reason, right, apple.com expires, right? I don't know why, but they forget to renew apple.com. And of course, apple.com is a mega powerful domain, right? Of course, DR of 97, UR 60, a bunch of traffic, like it's an amazing domain. Let's say tomorrow this domain expires, so they forget to renew the domain, right? You buy it and you either use it to rebuild the site. And there's a couple of things you can do. The first thing you can do is I'll even type it right here. One thing you can do is rebuild exact as it was and point it to your site. So you rebuild the site as Apple and point it to your site. Second thing you can do is rebuild as new site. So let's say, for example, the site, again, let's take another example. Let's say a plumbing site expires, right? And you rebuild it as a plastic surgery site. So you change up the niche, right? You build it as a new site. And of course, link back to your site. Just create a backlink, maybe add a link in the footer, maybe create a blog post. Find a way to link back from that expired domain, the site you built on top of the expired domain, back to your site. And the third thing is just do, it's a bit more black hat, a 301 redirect to your site. So all the pages on this expired domain, which is now is not expired, right, link to your site. So all the power right here, all this power and all these backlinks that, all the backlinks right here that linked to the domain that you've registered, which now 301 redirects to your site, all this power will go to your site directly. It's a 301. This is very, very black hat. These are also black hat, not as much as this one. If there was like a spectrum of black hat, this would be the biggest one. But these ones, I've done them in the past, this one and this one. This is a bit dangerous because you're sort of rebuilding on the same domain, a different niche site. Does work. People do it actually in PBNs, in private blog networks. They're often built off of expired domains. So you can either, when you're building a PBN, register new domains, and you'll start from zero, right, with low metrics, or you can go and find mega powerful domains that have expired, that were powerful in the past, register them, and build your network on top of them. And again, if you want to learn how to find these domains, you can go watch this one right here. But then if you want to like learn how to take these expired domains and build a site on top of it, that actually like looks real, well, you can go watch this video right here, because it's very important that when you're re-registering an expired domain, that the site looks decent. Otherwise, you're going to get clapped. But this is very powerful, right? I think these two are sort of tied in together, but not really, sort of, because again, as I said before, you can build a PBN, a private blog network, with new domains. So you can just register a brand new domain and start your network like that, or register an expired domain that has power, right, and relevancy, and leverage it to build our network. This is the fastest way to build a PBN. Now, I put them as two separate tactics because, again, yes, you can use expired domains to build a PBN, or you can use expired domains just to do 300 directs, for example. So there's a lot of things you can do, and you can leverage powerful expired domains to your advantage. Now, granted, sometimes, these powerful domains are hard to find because there's a lot of people like dogs trying to catch these domains as soon as they expire, because a powerful domain with great traffic that's expired is very rare. But there's a couple of them, and there's a lot of them in non-English based niches. So if you're doing an international based SEO, you should give it a go. Okay. And by the way, speaking of international based SEO, just a pretty cool call to action right here. There was this guy that used Arvo, my software. He owns a French marketing agency, and there's this case study right here, which I can like link down below. What he did basically is he took a bunch of YouTube videos in English, right, a bunch of them. He took them, he converted them to French blog posts, a bunch of French blog posts. So the info that was in English, right, he converted it to French in written format. So there was this info in video format. He converted the info to written format in French. He took it and he got an insane amount of traffic off of it. It's a pretty cool case study. 5,400 a month traffic, just basically converting information in English to French, and converting also the means at which people consume information from video to written form. He got a ton of traffic to his agency. Now, granted, of course, he didn't steal the traffic. He, of course, gave credit to whoever recorded the videos, but he just leveraged this feature right here that was called video to blog post, which basically can take in a video and he converts the video to a blog post, and he actually embeds the video in there. It's pretty cool. You can give it a go. This is free, by the way. You can try it out. Just speaking of international based SEO, which I think a lot of people don't do. I don't know why. It's just there's a ton of opportunity in international based SEO. I think there's a couple more case studies right here. This guy right here, 10K a month with a Spanish site. He sold tickets. Because again, people think that SEO is just in English. No, there's a lot of people searching for stuff in Portuguese, Spanish, French, Greek, Japanese. I don't know. There's a lot of demand for non-English speaking content and not enough supply. And in these niches, by the way, these non-English speaking niches, you can get away way more with AI-based content. So that's pretty cool. But I digress. Let's keep moving to the third. This is pretty cool. Third black hat SEO tactic, which is intent hijacking content, video and written. What do I mean by this? And I made 2 videos on this. This is basically our SEO strategy for Arvo. So our SEO strategy, because we're a business, we want to get more customers, and one of the ways which we get more customers, yes, we use YouTube, we do ads, we do a bunch of stuff, and one of the ways we get more customers is through SEO. So we use our own tool to do SEO for us, but that's a conversation for another time. And what this is basically right here is you're hijacking your competitors. So creating content for competitor alternative? Is competitor a scam? Is competitor good? Competitor 1 versus competitor 2. So you're leveraging your competitor's brand names, right? And creating content based off of that so you can rank for your competitor's keywords. And the good thing about this is that most of these keywords will be like super low competition, right? However, they are mega high buying intent. Someone searching for competitor alternative, for example, Zapier alternative or iPhone alternatives, for example, but you get the point. Someone searching for a competitor alternative, well, they know what the competitor is, they know what they do, they know the pain point, right? And they're actively looking for an alternative. So if you can rank for this, right, the buying intent of such keyword is insanely high. And same for this one, competitor 1 versus competitor 2, or is competitor a scam? So if you can rank for your own competitor's keywords or alternative keywords, I mean, it's insane. And this is not competitive at all. And you can literally, I think this is one of them, it's not really black hat. It's, some people can argue this is a bit not correct or a bit immoral. I don't know, man. I think it's good enough. We do it. Again, I'll leave links for these two videos where I basically go over how I do this strategy step by step. I literally don't hide a single thing. I go over like how to find the keywords, how to build the content around them. It's pretty cool. Again, I'll leave it down in the description. I go over how to create the pages because there's specific types of pages you can create for this. Again, go out and try this. I think this is, after the PBN links, this is probably the most effective black hat SEO strategy on this list. So I'd say this one is the very first most effective one, and then this one is insanely effective because for the effort you put in, right, the reward is so high because these keywords are not competitive at all, and they're quite easy to rank. Even if you like just create the content and then build backlinks on top of it, I mean, you're good to go. And by the way, speaking of backlinks, if you want, I can build backlinks for you. We have this backlink service, which is proven to work over and over again. There's a bunch of results right here. We build links with DR 40 plus guaranteed, 1,000 plus in monthly organic search traffic, niche placement, excuse me. And there's a bunch of cases right here, people actually building these links and actually seeing results. So if you want them, you can grab them here. And I think you can use the coupon code SECRET10 to get a couple, I think 10% off. So there's that. And finally, fourth and last black hat SEO strategy is the language laundering content strategy. This is a weird name, but all in all, what this means is, and a small interruption. Hello, this is Vasco from the future to show you a cool thing we've developed in Arvo, which is if you go to your dashboard, click on blog automation, click on site optimizers, click create new optimizer, add your site URL, add your language, select how many pages you want the AI to analyze, and hit create. Well, you're gonna have this AI agent that automatically goes through all the pages on your site. Right here, I did an analysis to my own domain. It analyzed 50 pages. And what this does is it releases all these little AI agents, AI soldiers onto your sites to analyze a lot of stuff. And then they analyze your page titles, your meta descriptions, your canonical URLs, your image alt text, your internal links, your schema, right? And it gives you suggestions on what it thinks it's wrong. Here's an example. So for example, for page titles right here, right? Our current page title, for example, for the page, I don't know, let's see here, for the page AI SEO editor. So if I could just copy this, go to arvo.com/SEO editor. This is just a feature page. If you're a local business, well, it'd be like your location page. If you're like an e-commerce store, it'd be like your product page. Because we're a software business, this is like our feature page showing off the feature. Okay, pretty straightforward. Okay, and for this page, right, the AI tells us, okay, your current title, your current meta title is SEO editor and content optimizer Arvo. It's, I don't know, it's wrong, right? It shouldn't be this, right? And the AI is suggesting, so the suggested title is, hey, we think you should change this to AI-powered SEO editor, optimized content for our rankings. And here's why. So it gives us a suggestion and tells us why. Hey, listen, this title is more concise and directly highlights the AI aspect of the SEO editor. But it's giving us our current title and it's suggesting a new one and it's telling us why. Now, we could have simply just not added the why, but I feel like if you're using AI, it's very important to understand why the AI is doing what it's doing, okay? And if you agree with the suggestion, you can hit apply, and the AI agent will automatically go to your site and change it just like that. Or you can decline it. And based on what you apply or decline, the AI will learn for future recommendations. Now, it does this for page titles, meta descriptions, right, canonical URLs, internal links. I can assure you, if you try this now, you're gonna have a bunch of images, without alt text. We're an SEO tool and we have a bunch of images without alt text. And the AI reads through the image, and if you hit apply, the AI will automatically add the image alt text to the image. Internal links, super cool. Let's say you have a big site with a bunch of pages, like an old site with a bunch of pages, right? Well, it will be a pain in the butt to go through all the sites and actually create links from one page to the other page, this one to this one, this one. What this AI does is it reads through all the pages on your site and it suggests an internal linking structure. For example, right here, it's suggesting we link this page right here, AI news article generator using this anchor text to this page, and here's why. So the AI agents read through our site, they analyze it, and based on reasoning, it gives you suggestions to what it thinks you should change and giving you the reason behind it. You can hit apply or decline, right? There's schema. Right now we have FAQ and article schema. Soon we'll have a bunch more. But this is a pretty simple and fast way to just add your site, hit generate, and have it analyze a bunch of the pages on your site. And sure, yeah, maybe some of these recommendations won't be like very valuable, but a lot of them will. I suggest you give it a go because, I mean, internal linking, yes, you can do all this manually, and all AI does, AI isn't a magic tool. All AI does is amplify what would you do as a human. So yes, you can build an internal linking structure as a human, but just takes so much work. So just use AI. It's just so much faster. Image, alt text, schema, canonical URLs, just so much this can do. So give it a go. Go to Site Optimizers, hit Create Optimizer, select the language, select how many pages you want to do. You can do 1 million pages and give it a go, try it out. And yeah, back to the video. Touched on this before, right? Is translate English high-ranking content, tweak it, and publish it as original in a foreign language. So this is easy way to get in touch traffic for keywords. So let's say there's a bunch of content ranking in English, right? And what you do, just like the guy that took the YouTube videos, the content that was video in English and translated it into French into blog posts, you can do the exact same thing for 1 million different languages, right? Again, don't just focus on English. Even if you're just focusing on the US, right? In the US, people speak English. People speak Spanish, right? Why would you not, if you're a plumber, for example, try to rank your site for plumber Dallas or plumbing-related keywords, but in Spanish, right? There's a whole market you can capture because I can assure you there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people in the US that type in Spanish on Google, okay? Even though they're in the US. All right. So there's a ton of markets here you can capture, right? By taking high ranking content in English, right? And if it's ranking highly in English, right? If it's not heavily location based, right? Surely there's the same interest in that content of non-English speakers, right? The interest of people are the same all across the board, right? And so just like this guy right here, which took the content in English and converted it into a blog post in French, you can do the same, right? You can do video to blog post to video, doesn't matter, right? Just leverage English-speaking content that's already ranking, that's proven to rank and get traffic and convert it into multiple different languages. And by the way, another call to action right here, if you're using Arvo to generate content, which, I mean, you don't need to use it, you can use ChatGPT. You just use AI, because if you're not using AI, you're just going to get left behind. But a pretty cool thing you can do here with Arvo is you can generate content in 150 different languages at the same time. So if I go here, for example, to articles, actually blog automation campaigns, just open this up right here, go to content, scroll down and I can have it so it writes in Portuguese, I can say Spanish. So at the same time, you'll generate like a bunch of articles, Greek, in multiple different languages all at the same time. So it just saves you a bunch of time. And by the way, here's how the articles look like. I think I showed you this before. I'll show it again. It just saves you a ton of time, right? Let me just open this up right here. You can generate articles, you can generate pages, and I mean, just saves you a ton of time. This is all done with AI. The images, the links, right? The internal links, linking out to other pages, linking to your products, linking to your services pages, in-article images, in-article videos that are relevant to what the content is about. So this is a video on lessons for beginner gardeners, which of course it ties in with the title of the article. And yes, you can go on YouTube and find a video and place it in here, but it just takes a ton of time. AI did all this, right? You can just go with this and click publish to your site, or you can just do some tweaks. You can just, for example, go here and say, I want you to add links, and the AI will read through the paragraph, read through the article as a whole, and find the best places to add links to, external links, and you just approve them or decline them as you wish. So right here, boom, boom, boom. I can just add all these if I'd like, right? I can even speak with the article and say, I don't like this intro. It's too complicated. Make it more beginner friendly. So I can speak back and forth with AI just as if I was speaking with ChatGPT and change things around. Say, hey, link to this. Hey, mention my product, the Gardener 9000, which is the best product for beginner gardeners, and link to it at www.gardener9000.com. So I can do all this stuff. I can speak back and forth with it. I can select add images, add videos. There you go. I have rewritten the introduction to be simpler and more beginner friendly with an easy and welcoming tone. Please review whatever. I can accept or decline if I like. Let's just do accept. There you go, right? If you're using AI images, you can say add a lake, right? And the AI will take into account the context of the article, the context of the existing images, which in this case is like a garden-like scenario, and find a way to properly add a lake in it. And it can either accept or decline whatever it is that the AI does. There you go. Boom, I can accept this. And I can say sprinkle my keywords, sprinkling in gardening for beginners, gardener 9000. So I can give this the AI, and the AI will sprinkle in the keywords here if you want. Excuse me, the way best fits this. I can make this simple, make it longer, make it short, make a table. I can add custom prompts, say rhyme everything with orange. I mean, it's infinite. And if you don't want to use Arvo to write the content, you can just delete all this and actually go here and start from a link or start from scratch. And you can just use this editor like with new content you're just writing, or from a link. You can even take a competitor link, put the link here, and create a draft based off of their content. So you can take, again, existing content, right, in English, and even then again use the AI assistant to say, hey, translate this into Spanish if you like. I mean, there's infinite things you can do right here. There's a bunch more stuff this does. And if you've watched this channel before, you know what this does already. So I won't promote this anymore. Going back here to the black hat SEO techniques. My favorite one right here is the PBN links, because it just works so well. Again, I'll leave a link for this down below in the description. The highest effort to reward technique, I think, is this one right here, the intent hijacking with content. So go watch these two. Again, I'll leave them down below in the description, so don't worry too much about it. And if you want to watch and have learned a bit more about black hat SEO tips, you can go watch this video right here, which breaks down, I think, 4 or 5 more black hat SEO tips. You can just go and try it out. So give it a go, watch it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.